Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Hello. Today, I, an American, am going to be drinking tequila for the first time, which is a type of Mexican liquor made from blue agave and is produced specifically in the Mexico state of Jalisco, along with some select surrounding areas as well. What I've got with me today is a bottle of the Tres Agaves Blanco tequila, which cost me roughly $38 USD for 750 milliliters. And the tequila inside this bottle has an ABV of 40%, a proof of 80, and is, interestingly enough, certified organic as well. How will tequila be? Will I like it? And will I enjoy sipping on it for the first time today? Well, I don't know any of that quite yet, but I'm looking forward to finding out just what I think of tequila based off of this one experience, at least today, that is for sure. But I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and do a quick 360 of this bottle. Then after that, I'm thinking I should probably go ahead and get the cork all out. Go ahead and smell tequila for the first time. Then I'm thinking I should probably go ahead and pour some tequila in my glass and actually take a sip of tequila for the first time and find out just what I, as an American, think of tequila. Will I like it? Will I not? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out. As said though, first off, we gotta go over the bottle itself. And let's go ahead and start off with just the general shape of the bottle. We can see it is a much longer bottle than not. If I try to hold it anywhere near close up, you can't see like just about half the bottle in all honesty, but we can see very sort of thin up here, kind of gets wider down here, and then kind of tapers off towards the bottom just a little bit once again. It's very, very, very tall, but quite stable, I will acknowledge. When you put it down on a table, it's not going to just fall over or anything like that kind of thing, as you would hope it would not. You would certainly don't want your bottles of alcohol falling over and then falling off the table or anything like that kind of thing, I'll acknowledge. Overall, pretty nice shape for a bottle, but nothing terribly interesting, I will acknowledge. Taking a look at the cork, we can see it has a very nice sort of red wood sort of color to it and texture to it, I would have to say, with 3 agave plants right there, all in gold. The name brand for this tequila is Tres Agaves, after all, and that means 3 agaves, if I am remembering correctly. And so as such, their logo is 3 agave plants, which we can see right there, all in gold. We can see that same sort of redwood look going around the side, just like that. And then the actual cork on the inside under the glass. We can see there's a little bit of a sort of like band right here, which almost looks like a tax stamp in my personal opinion. It isn't a tax stamp, of course, but I think it is designed to look like one. And it just says Mexico, Jalisco right there. Just says Blanco right there. And it just says organic and organic on the other side right there. And this is all very much in blue. And that has like 3 agave plants on it. So, you know, this is definitely not a tax stamp. This is just a design that they made, but it looks pretty good nonetheless in my personal opinion. And I think it's a pretty nice, solid, sort of retro-esque design, if you ask me at least. Taking a look at the label on the front of the bottle right here, we can see just says Tres Agaves right there, which of course is the brand name. That's all in black with a little bit of a silver border and then a little bit of a black drop shadow kind of going beyond that, I'd have to say. Above the Tres Agaves sort of text itself, we can see 3 blue agave plants right there, of course being a reference to the fact that, well, tequila is made with blue agave plants. Under all of this sort of stuff right here, it just says organic right there. There's a little bit of a line right there, all in silver. It just says Tequila Blanco right there, which is the type of tequila this is. There's Blanco tequila, which is like unaged tequila, uncolored tequila, and then there's also like Reposado tequila, and then there's like some others as well. And basically the different names just mean like different sort of like amounts it's been aged and whatnot as well. There's also mixtos, which are like mixed tequila, so it's tequila and other stuff mixed together in one bottle. But this is a Tequila Blanco, so it's an unaged, perfectly clear tequila that at a max was aged for I think like 2 or 3 months, but probably not at all. But it just says Tequila Blanco right there, which is letting us know exactly what this tequila is. Just says 750 milliliters right there. Just says 40% alcohol by volume right there, as we can see. And then under all of this up here, it just says certified organic, established 2008, 100% puro de agave, traditional pot stills, simple origin agave from Tequila Valley. And Tequila is a city in Jalisco, and I guess it's a valley as well. It just says Tres Agaves products right there, has MX right there, which I assume just means made in Mexico. Of course, it's tequila. It's got to be made in Mexico. It's like champagne, where champagne has to be made in Champagne, France. That's how tequila is. It's got to be made in Jalisco, in Mexico, and also certain specific select areas surrounding Jalisco. But then it just says Hecho en Amatitan, Jalisco, Mexico, which I assume is like the city that this was produced in specific in Jalisco. And there's just like a little bit of blue down there. Overall, this sort of logo has a very sort of like nice, rough, sort of rustic-esque sort of texture to it. And there's a bunch of embossment going on up here as well. Overall, you know, I think it's a pretty solid sort of modern, yet trying to look somewhat rustic sort of look. And I think it looks pretty solid as a whole in my personal opinion. Not too bad by any means. Let's go ahead and flip the bottle over. And let's go ahead and take a look over here. Just says Tres Agaves once again. Just shows exactly where this was produced. So here's like the Tequila Valley, I do suppose. And we can see there is Tequila, the city up here. And then where this tequila was produced right there. And then there's another city down there. And we can just see the mountains and stuff. They're just basically trying to showcase where this was produced. It just says Tequila Valley, Jalisco, Mexico. And then we just get a little bit of a market segmentation spiel right there. And it just says, Tres Agaves Tequila is crafted from single origin certified organic agaves, fermented and distilled in Amatitan, Jalisco, Mexico. I'm probably mispronouncing the city name. I'm confident in saying that I actually am mispronouncing the city name. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'll admit. But it just says, the historic birthplace of tequila. Agaves are harvested at peak maturity, fermented using a proprietary yeast, and double distilled in small batches using traditional pot stills. Tres Agaves Blanco is unaged to celebrate the bright citrusy and herbaceous character of the Tequila Valley, 100% agave azul, which just means 100% blue agave. So, you know, this is unaged, as we can see. I really should have read over that before this, because otherwise I know it was actually unaged. Then it just says, like, serving facts, like, right there and everything like that kind of thing, which is actually pretty pleasant. Apparently this has 95 calories per serving, as we can see down here. Certified organic right there. 0 sugar, gluten-free. Just has import information, government warning, and barcode right there. And that's pretty much all that's going on the back of this. This is basically just trying to sell you on this tequila, essentially. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the packaging. Besides this area down here, which I almost forgot to mention, yes, this is a little bit of customization on the bottle itself for the Tres Agaves brand, and it just has 3 agave. Excuse me. Just has 3 little agave sort of designs right there, and that is pretty nice if I do say so myself. Anything on the bottom of the bottle? Nothing too much. And yeah, that is pretty much all that's going on with the bottle itself. That's the 360 degrees of the bottle. Looks pretty solid in my personal opinion. Well, I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get this plastic all off now, shouldn't I? And I do suppose I should probably go ahead and actually smell tequila for the first time after I get the cork all out as well. I'm going to use my knife for this, because this plastic is generally not super friendly to me, and it's not being friendly to me today either. It just decided to split and whatnot. Let's see if I can just get all that off. Just like that. There's still some plastic on it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just trying to get it off. There's still some plastic on it. I'm gonna get my ashtray I've got down here open up and just throw my plastic into it. Just like that. Can't be littering, of course, even if it's my own backyard. I don't want to be littering. Especially if it's my own backyard, I suppose. But don't want to be littering in general. Go and just get the rest of that plastic off just like that. Go and throw that in there, just throw it away. And let's go and put my knife away. I don't need it no more. Hopefully, we will find out. But let's go ahead. Oh no. I'm just trying to put the lid back on my ashtray just for the moment. But now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get the cork all out just real quick. Whoo-hoo, that was a nice noise. And let's go ahead and now smell tequila for the first time. Let's see what this stuff smells like. It was a little bit of paint thinner at the very beginning, but that has already gone away. I'm getting sort of, sweet bread? Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like, yeah, like a sort of... I'm sure it smells like agave. I've never really smelled a lot of agave before, I'll admit. Doesn't smell like agave that you, like, put on your skin for sunburns and stuff like that. Although, it also kind of does smell kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. I would have to describe the smell as being that of a sort of sweet bread, sort of bakery-like smell with, like, a little bit of, like, fruits as well. Not like fruits like apple or like, let's say, pear or lemon or lime, but more like mango or pineapple. Yeah, I don't know if that's really the right way of describing it, but that's kind of what is in my mind right now when it comes to trying to describe the smell. Very interesting, very different than I'm used to. I've been drinking rum more so than not these days. This does not smell like rum. This also does not smell like whiskey. Granted, I've only ever tried one whiskey, but this does definitely not smell like whiskey. And, you know, I was really expecting the smell to be, like, most similar to, like, let's say, vodka. No. Does not smell like vodka either. This is most certainly its own unique thing. I mean, like, I knew that. It's tequila. Tequila is not considered an alternative to vodka, generally speaking. I knew it was its own unique thing, but I was just kind of expecting it to have a more overwhelming, overpowering sort of liquor-like scent. And it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the right way to describe it, but it's sort of like, like bread and, like, cantaloupe. It's kind of like, yes, it's cantaloupe, which is not really a fruit. It's a melon, isn't it? I don't really know, in all honesty, but cantaloupe bread. It's kind of like cantaloupe and bread. And that's kind of what the smell of this is. It's like a sort of like sweet, really fluffy bread with cantaloupe. That's kind of what this smells like. That's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Well, let's go ahead and pour some in my glass. This is a Crown Royale glass, as we can see. Let's go and pour this in. And I'm thinking that will do. If I want more, I can always get more after all. Just gonna put the cork back in, just like that. Ooh. Not super tight cork by any means. And let's just go ahead and smell this just a little bit more. It's very interesting, it's very different, and I'm being kind of thrown off by the smell, because the smell, while it doesn't really smell liquor-y per se, it smells odd to me. It smells so different than I was expecting and I'm used to, where I'm kind of thrown off. I would still say, like, sort of like cantaloupe bread. Like, sort of like cantaloupe or like melon, along with a little bit of bread as well, is really the smell I'm getting. But I'm very confident in saying that the vast majority of the smell is probably just agave. It's made from agave after all. And I'm very confident in saying that this is probably going to be a little bit sweeter than that. And I'd have to say, overall, the smell of this tequila is very much that of a probably sweeter than not agave, bready, no, a sweeter than not agave, melon-like bready sort of smell. That's very much the smell I'm getting from this tequila. It's very different than what I'm used to, I will readily acknowledge. And we can see it is perfectly clear. It just looks like water straight up, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Well, without further ado, I think I'm gonna go and grab myself a little bit of a screenshot for the thumbnail of this video real quick. So let's go ahead and do that, y'all. And then after that, I think it's gonna be time for me to go and actually try tequila for the first time. Alrighty though. Hopefully that will do as a screenshot for the thumbnail of this video. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water real quick, just go ahead and kind of get my throat going all good and everything like that for the liquor. Liquor, I hardly know her. That's a knee slapper. But without further ado, y'all, let's go and take a tiny little sip of tequila. And let's go ahead and drink some tequila for the first time and find out just how it is, what I think of it, and whether I like it or not. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. Right off the bat, it tastes like it smells. But there's more going on than just that. But more so than not, it does taste like it smells. A little bit of spice. What I took was a very, very, very small sip. But very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. It definitely has oddly enough a sort of bready cantaloupe taste to it. To me, at least. I don't know if that's really the right way of describing it. This is my first ever time trying tequila, after all. But it's sort of a bready cantaloupe taste, which is pretty nice. It's not bad by any means. It's just completely different than what I was expecting. I was really not expecting the flavor of tequila to be like what it is. I mean, like, I knew it was probably going to be different, but I was expecting it to kind of be like vodka, I'll admit. I got no idea what tequila is like, or I didn't until just now. It's a clear alcohol. I was kind of expecting it to be more like vodka. I was very wrong. I was entirely wrong. I was completely incorrect. And I think I need to apologize to everybody who makes tequila, because it is nothing like vodka. It is nothing like vodka. Very interesting. Just thinking about like good food pairings with the flavor of this. I mean, like in my personal opinion, I really think cantaloupe would be really good with this. Or like a fresh baked, like sort of like savory, slightly sweet pastry, or piece of bread or something like that kind of thing. Like a croissant or something like that, I think would be really good with this. I'm trying to think of anything else. You know, those are really the two main like things that I think would pair really well with it. Maybe like honeydew as well, maybe honeydew. Or watermelon. I think watermelon would be good with this as well. Yeah, very interesting. Oh, I know what would be super good. I've been to Mexico twice. Love visiting Mexico. Beautiful country, great people. in Mexico, there's like cactus popsicles. And every time I saw someone selling one, almost every time I saw someone selling one, I bought one because I love them so much and they don't sell them around here. So I was like, I need to buy these now while I can. Yeah, like cactus popsicle. Like, I don't know exactly what they're called in all honesty, but it was like a popsicle made from like cactus or something like that. Tasted really good. Really, really, really fantastic. One of my absolute favorite like popsicles ever. And completely water-based as well. I've got allergies, so I can actually have those, which is really nice. And I think that would be a really good pairing with this as well. Yeah. This is definitely something I can say with confidence, though, I do not want to take big sips of. I definitely do not want to take big sips of tequila. This is definitely not quite as rough as I was expecting. I was expecting the tequila to maybe be a little bit rougher. It's not super rough by any means. It's actually quite smooth. For me taking small sips at least. However, it's rough in a different way than I'm used to. Like with rum, with the rum, whiskey, and vodkas I've tried in the past, I drink it and then I get sort of a hotness in like the back of my throat. And don't get me wrong, I'm getting sort of a hotness in the back of my throat from tequila as well. But it's kind of on my tongue as well, kind of being a little bit hot. It's got a little bit of spice to it, in my opinion. And spice that's different from other liquors I've tried so far, which is very interesting. Yeah. And that spice kind of hits the top of my mouth as well. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit spicy. I'd have to say the overall flavor of the Tres Agaves Tequila Blanco is more than likely, to me at least, that of a sweeter than not agave, cantaloupe / just general melon flavor with a little bit of bread. So, very much that of a sweeter than not, although not overwhelmingly, not super sweet, but a sweeter than not sort of agave flavor with an undertone of like cantaloupe and melon in general, with another undertone of bread. And that's very much, and spice as well. So it's, yeah, I guess sort of like sweeter than not and, mildly spicy with agave being the taste in the forefront, then like cantaloupe melon, and then bread. And that's like a sweeter than not sort of like croissant sort of type bread, I'd have to say. And that's very much what the flavor I'm getting from this tequila is. And that's very much what the flavor I'm getting from the first tequila I've ever tried is, because this is the first tequila I've ever tried after all. Very, very, very interesting. Definitely not something I would want to take massive gulps of. And when it comes to sipping something straight, the flavor of this tequila is a bit intense for me. However, I do think I would really like this tequila like slightly diluted. Like if I mixed it in with, like let's say sparkling water, or maybe even Sprite, or something like that. I read online that some people really like mixing tequila with Squirt, which is like a grape sort of soda. And I can see why. Based off of this, I can definitely see why. I think, oh man, I'm gonna have to make a video about this in the future. I know what would pair amazingly with this tequila. Melon flavored ramune. Oh, that would be so good. Oh man, melon ramune with tequila? Maybe a little bit of lime juice on top or something like that? Have I just thought of a new mixed drink? I think I have. A new mixed drink invented by your boy, Jacob Jones Money. I'm actually gonna have to make that in the future. Yo, that sounds so good. Melon ramune, like marble soda, with tequila, maybe a little bit of lime juice. I think I'm probably gonna skip the lime juice at the beginning kind of thing. Probably just try it, just melon soda and tequila. That sounds really good to me though. It sounds better than grape soda because I don't like artificial grape flavor. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to see if somebody's already invented that. But I feel like I just invented a new mixed drink. I feel like I did. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to try that in the future. Let me tell y'all what. Oh man, oh man. And the mouthfeel is very smooth. It's very sort of silky, yet kind of syrupy at the same time, which makes sense because, I mean, like, it's distilled agave, essentially. I'm not terribly surprised it's got somewhat of a sort of syrupy mouthfeel. But, you know, it's got sort of a smooth, silky, syrupy mouthfeel, in my opinion. And yeah, a little bit of spice, sweetness, agave, melon, bread, with a very nice sort of smooth, silky, yet slightly syrupy mouthfeel. That's very much what the flavor I'm getting from it is, and that's very much what the mouthfeel I'm getting from it is as well. Overall, would I drink tequila straight again? I think I 100% would. I think it's going to take some getting used to. The flavor is just so different from what I'm used to as a whole in general. When it comes to not only alcohol, but just everything. It's very different. That I think if I tried tequila, sipping it straight, that is, a couple more times, I think I might really enjoy it. But right now, it's one of those things where I'm just not really used to it yet. So I wouldn't really say that, like, drinking tequila straight is like my favorite thing ever, because it's not. It just initially, drinking tequila straight is not something I would rather do other than, like, let's say sipping rum straight or something like that. Is this a good sipper? It is a good sipper. I can confirm that. This is pretty good to sip on. I can't guarantee all tequila is going to be good to sip on. I mean, like, what I bought is a $40 bottle of tequila, just about that. I looked at reviews of this online before I bought it, and people said it was a good starter sipper. So that's why I bought this. So I'm not terribly surprised. It is not a bad sipper by any means. It is a pretty solid sipper. Is it as good as, like, let's say, Appleton 12 rum? Not in my personal opinion. But still a solid sipper nonetheless, and definitely better than vodka. That's for sure. And the more I drink it, it's odd. The more I drink it, the smoother it gets, kind of thing, which is very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah. I'm not going to say that tequila is, like, my favorite thing ever. Just having tried it for the first time, I'm not going to say it's, like, my favorite thing ever. But it's certainly not bad. It's pretty good. And it's very interesting. And it tastes very different than I'm used to. Based off of this initial first experience, at least, can I say with confidence that I like tequila? I think I can say with confidence I do like tequila. I can also say with confidence it's not the favorite liquor I've ever tried. But I definitely like it more than vodka. Sipping vodka straight, that is. And I definitely like the flavor profile of it. However, it's just so different than what I'm used to that it's just something I've got to get used to. I think once I get used to the flavor of tequila, I think it's something I'll like a lot more. But for the moment, nonetheless, I'm still, even though I haven't gotten used to the flavor of tequila quite yet, it's still kind of throwing me off just a little bit just because it's so different. Nonetheless, I did still very much enjoy this experience today, and I can say with confidence, the rest of this bottle right here is gonna be getting drunk, let me tell y'all what. So, yes, the rest of this bottle is gonna be getting drank, and I can 100% see myself drinking more tequila straight again. Not even on the rocks, just straight. I can see that happening. But yeah, I definitely want to try some different, like, tequila cocktails and whatnot kind of thing. I think I'm definitely gonna have to try the sort of highball that I invented today. I don't know if I actually invented it, but I'm gonna say I did. With melon ramune and tequila. I'm gonna have to try that, see how that is, and I'm gonna have to make a video on that in the future. And then I'm thinking as well, I probably want to try. Trying to think. I think I want to try ranch water, which is Topo Chico and tequila. So I want to try that as well. And then there's a couple others. There's a couple other tequila cocktails that I want to try, but those are really the two main ones I want to try off the top of my head. So, you know. Yeah. First ever experience with tequila has been a positive one. Definitely not a bad experience by any means, and I can say with confidence, I think I want to try more tequila in the future. I'm going to work my way through this bottle first, but I think I want to try more tequila in the future whenever I am all done, all finished up with this bottle. Overall, no complaints on my behalf. I think that's just about all I had to say for this video today. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of tequila. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not? Have you guys tried the specific tequila that I tried during this video today? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of everything, and let me know if there's anything you guys think I missed. Thank you so much for watching this video, y'all. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my other channels all in the description down below. And also make sure to leave any tequila recommendations you may have for me in the comments down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. To the next one, y'all. Stay safe in peace and have a great one. Yes. Oh! I was about to click the off button. I just realized I forgot to give this a rating. I did catch the tiniest bit of a buzz off this, so I'm going to blame it on that. I'm going to blame my forgetfulness on that. What's my rating for this? 3 out of 4. It's something I'd buy again, but it's something that I figure there are probably better options out there, I'll acknowledge. But 3 out of 4 for the Tres Agaves Tequila Blanco. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. No complaints on my behalf about this bottle right here. Cannot believe I almost forgot to give the bottle a rating. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video, y'all. To the next one, stay safe in peace and have a great one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm saying.